my God. What is going on? Drea is too old to act like this. Drea is too old to be putting somebody through this, especially when they're the age of her oldest son. Now, I had to think about it, right? As I'm thinking about it, I said, you know what? Maybe this was her plan all along. Maybe.
Do you want any more kids, or are you done?
Oh yeah, I want more kids.
Like how many?
Like one, I think.
So like the person you're
I don't
dating, you see like a future with them?
I think the question you were asking me is if I wanted more kids, and I feel like I want more kids, and
Yeah.
I feel like at this point in my life, right?
Yeah.
The relationship is amazing to have, right? But that's not what I'm basing having a kid on, because
Right.
I'm very non-traditional. I feel like you can co-parent without being in a relationship. Maybe just two people say, hey, you want a kid? I want a kid. Let's just have a kid, and like let's just see.
Really? So you would
I'm
do
very
that?
like free spirit. I'm very open.
Maybe this was the result that she's looking for, right? Because we all know she was never there for love. We all know that she was there for his money. Now, this could have been any professional athlete. This just so happened to be Jalen Green, the guy who was taken number 2 in this draft, the guy who was actually the face of the Houston Rockets, the potential superstar for the Rockets. Yes, she cashed in, and she cashed in big, but she actually fumbled the bag, and it was because she decided to distract this man and manipulate this man. So let's really get into this talk, because I know you guys are wondering, how did she fumble the bag? He just signed an extension for $106 million. That's a lot of money. Yes, it is. But remember, I said he was taking number 2 in the NBA draft. There's a guy who was drafted ahead of him, meaning there was a guy who is the number 1, or who was the number 1 pick in that same draft. Do you know how much that guy is getting paid? Do you know the amount that he just signed for? $269 million. $269 million versus $106 million. I get it. They were in two different situations, but both of them were looked at as the star of their teams. Now, the difference is Cade Cunningham, the guy who was taken number 1, he had a great performance in the playoffs. But I need you guys to think about something. If Drea distracted him right here, right? If she was willing to act a fool out in public, if she was willing to embarrass him on social media by doing that stupid magic trick.
Either that I can drink this glass of water without touching the towel. What do you think about that?
You gonna drink the water without touching the towel?
Yes.
How you gonna get to the cup?
Magic. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Go ahead.
Okay. Whoosh. Don't laugh. Don't laugh.
Just to get him to go buy some makeup, which she didn't even have to do. What else is this woman capable of doing? What else will this woman actually do? Ask yourself that, because think about it. We're all saying, hey, Jaylen, you just got traded. You just got traded from a situation where you were the number 1 player. The team, the Houston Rockets, were actually building around you. Now you're in a situation where you're now a complimentary piece to another guy on that team, meaning you're no longer the number 1 option. How is he going to handle that? We're going to see. But with that being said, let's move in and let's talk about the distraction. The distraction is her being an older woman and not taking a better role, meaning she would rather act like she's 25 versus her actually being in her 40s. That's crazy to me when you think about it, because as a 40-year-old woman, or a woman in her 40s, she should have been encouraging him to stay in the gym. In fact, she should have been passing him the damn ball to make sure that he does what he needs to do on the court, because it's going to financially affect her, because she had a child with him. Now, thinking about this, I said, damn, when I give men advice, or when I'm telling men about how older women do things, they made mistakes in their younger years, and they're not going to make those same mistakes as they get older. Here's what I mean. A young woman is usually after dinner, dates, traveling, trips, stuff like that. An older woman has already done all of that. And she's seen how a certain woman got treated and realized, wait a minute, you're giving her life insurance?
Care you? What am I here for? We just got back.
This woman is about to get your house. This woman is not only going to get the house, but she's going to get access to other type of investments and other types of things. And all I'm getting is some hard D and a trip or a purse. Oh no. So she successfully set up her retirement plan, meaning she had a child with this young man. So if this young man thinks he hates her right now, oh my God, he does not know what's coming, because she's going to drag him through that court. And guess what? She ain't got nothing but time. It ain't like she got a job. It ain't like she out here doing something that's going to keep her busy. She's going to make sure she stays in that courthouse if she's not getting the money that she's looking to get. Jalen Green just happened to fall for this. Again, the manipulation was easy for him because, like me, I'm looking at that ass like, oh my God, right? And sometimes I get mad at myself because I'm like, why am I so interested in that? Why is that so appealing to me? Why does that catch my eye so much? And then I realized we didn't have, like, growing up, women didn't have booties like this. Like, if you seen a woman who had a nice butt, first of all, it was very rare. And second of all, she didn't have the entire package. She didn't have the face. She didn't have the breasts, right? She either had the booty or the breasts, or she might have had the breasts and the booty, but she didn't have the face. Drea, with the makeup put on and with the amount of times that her body has been put together, restructured, like reshaped, right? The way that her body has been reinvented over the years, the majority of men are looking at her. In fact, we see what type of access that this has actually got her. Oh my gosh, she has access to the number 2 pick in the NBA draft. But guess what? Now that she's done with him, she could potentially go find another man who's mesmerized by that ass and have another child, meaning she's going to have multiple incomes. Again, if this young man thinks he hates her now, just wait till she drags him through child support court. Now, the majority of men don't feel sorry for him because the majority of men tried to tell him what she was actually doing. He just didn't understand it because he couldn't see it. He couldn't put it together in his mind because he couldn't learn from older men's experience. But he learned a very valuable lesson, assuming that he learned the lesson. And that lesson is, there's a reason why that woman is single. There's a reason why that woman was available. And he's figuring that out, or he's going through all of the reasons why that woman had the relationship that she had with her ex. Now, I ain't gonna lie, y'all, the comments were funny. There are people in the comments saying CPS is gonna come get you, Drea. You better be careful, right? There's a whole bunch of like age difference jokes, which I think were actually pretty hilarious. But the most important thing that all of us as men have to learn is that when a woman wants you, she's gonna prove to you that she wants you. When a woman does not want you, she's also going to prove that she does not want you.
I don't think just being a good man is enough.
In this situation here, the biggest lesson to learn is when you have money, you become a high value target. You're not just a high value man, you're a high value target. Now, one thing that I actually learned today was like the 10 quickest ways or the 10 best ways to get rich. The number one reason or the number one thing for someone to get rich is for a woman to marry a rich man or for her to have a child by a rich man. Because guess what? Now she has time to do whatever it is that she wants to do because she does not have to work for money. She just has to take care of the child that she had with that rich man. My issue is I believe that this woman distracted him because during the playoffs, he was horrible. And I mean horrible, which probably could have been the reason why the Rockets didn't give him the big extension that he could have gotten, which I've already talked about in the beginning of this video. But you know what? I got a question for you guys. What do you think? Comment your thoughts under this video. Now, if you like this video, trust me, you're going to love the next one. Click it. It's right here on the screen. See you on the next video. Peace.